Welcome back, YouTubers, to my channel of an everyday life of an Aspie. If you're new, I'm Aspie. I'm all about creating mental health and awareness and sharing my life stories with Asperger's syndrome, autism, as well as taking you all on a journey with what's life like for me with this and other host of mental health conditions, as well as in saying this, hopefully some fun and games. So if you're into any of these, smash the subscribe button on the bottom right hand corner and feel free to turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any future videos and updates that I bring out to light. So as you're aware, while I'm waiting, I'm doing some drug awareness video series, and I've done 7 types of drugs that I've been researching, and out of them I've done 2, which are your opioids and your stimulants. So in saying this, also that basically there'll be step by step, hopefully for you guys, to easy to follow as a guideline for you all, and hopefully we learn something together. So the next drug type I'm going to be introducing to you today is depressants. So as we know that depressants is known as a sedative or a tranquilizer. It's a calmative kind of derivative drug. It's known also as a sleeping pill, or like sometimes a zombie pill. It's an opiate, a hypnotic kind of drug sort of thing. So tranquilizers and other depressants calms the nerves and relaxes the muscles. A depressant or central depressant, however, is a drug that lowers neurotransmission levels, which is to depress or reduce arousal or stimulation in the nervous system or various parts of the brain, where that brain activity is so super busy with those neurotransmitters sending millions and millions of messages that causes so much overwhelming effect. Depressants are also occasionally referred to as downers, as they lower the level of arousal when they are taken. Stimulants or uppers increase mental and or physical function, hence the opposite drug class of depressants that are stimulants, not antidepressants. Depressants are widely used throughout the world as prescription medicines, however, and as well as illicit type substances. Alcohol is pretty much the very most dominant one, or prominent depressant. Alcohol can be and is more likely to be a large problem among teenagers and young adults, obviously, because in this today's society at the moment there's a lot of young teens right now out there binge drinking or just drinking to the point of no return. When depressants are used, however, the effects often includes ataxia, anxiolysis, pain relief, sedation or somnolence, and even cognitive memory impairment, as well as, on the other instances, euphoria, dissociation, muscle relaxation, lowered blood pressure of these bromides, and channel blockage. This should not be confused by a depressogenic. However, a depressogenic substance or depressogen is one that causes or can cause depression, usually as a side effect. They are functional opposites of antidepressants. Depressants exert their effects, however, through a number of different pharmacological mechanisms, the most prominent of which I've shared includes the facilitation of GABA and inhibition of glutamatergic and monoaminergic activity. Other examples are chemicals that modify the electrical signal inside the body. The most prominent ones, as said, the channel blockers and bromides, which I'll insert a picture to illustrate what I'm sharing. For this category, also, for not to be confused with the deprogenics, that will include your barbiturates, which are your phenobarbital, thiopental, butyl, bityl, benzodiazepines, which are your diazepam, clonazepam, lorazepam, and the like, which I'm going to share more on these pieces of these different ones later after the 7th. Right. Like stimulants, however, this too has an effect of the brain and central nervous system, like most drugs anyway. Yet they do the opposite, as they slow down the electrical body responses or chemical messages from the brain, from those neurons and other parts of the body. Those type drugs are known as down. Depressants are used medically to relieve the following symptoms: anxiety, generalized anxiety, social anxiety, panic attacks, insomnia, obsessive compulsive disorders, seizures, convulsions, depression. Classes of depressants are as follows: your marijuana, GHBs, and alcohol, which some of these has already clearly been shared, which I'll link in the iCard above me as well as in the description. Depressants are usually prescribed for anxiety, insomnia, obsessive compulsivism and other medical issues that prevents the patient from fully relaxing. The most common examples of these stimulants, though, however, of the opposites are barbiturates, Xanax, Valium, and benzodiazepines. The differences between a stimulant and a depressant is that most addictive drugs will come into two general classes, stimulants and depressants. The most fundamental way in which these two types differ, however, can be inferred by their names. Stimulants stimulate the central nervous system, and the depressants will then therefore do the opposite, slowing it all down in all the parts of the body that is controlled by the central nervous system. Of course, there are many other differences between the two due to the prevalence of recreational drug use that you hear about, and it's important to be familiar with the effects of each drug type in order to be able to recognize the signs of abuse or addiction, or even to the point of overdose. Both stimulants and depressants claim lives every year due to overdose and every other health problems related to long-term drug abuse. In addition to overdose, addiction is a serious problem on both ends of the spectrum for the legal and illicit drugs. Without proper education and awareness, however, on these substances, it can be easy put to oneself at risk for developing a substance use disorder and find that one's life is controlled by a drug. Inability or refusals to stop abusing a drug can often result in early death from health complications. How long does it last in the body? Well, for the short-term effects of it, addiction can result, withdrawal can be painful, and the drug may cause seizures and death. Mixing these depressants, however, with alcohol or other drugs can risk of depressant abuse, however, will be your high risk of high blood sugar, diabetes, weight gain, delirium, increased body temperature, sluggish thinking, low blood pressure, impaired memory, hallucinations, and even death from withdrawal. Is when a person compulsively seeks out and uses a medication despite being aware of the harmful effects. Over time, though, however, tolerance to the drugs can develop, which is when the body becomes so accustomed to the medication's effects and they then decrease. Tolerance can lead to increased use and physical dependence of that form of drug. Immediate withdrawal of depressants can result in serious withdrawal symptoms. When a person is addicted to depressants, brain activity is then slowed down. So when the person stops taking the depressants, brain activity will then speed back up at a rapid rate and may cause seizures. Individuals who want to recover from an addiction to depressants should seek professional medical help before doing so. And in saying this, like, for helping someone with any of these types of drug addictions or drug use, what have you, like, it's similar to the video I've shared based on the stimulants, how you can help them basically. So I'll link that one into the video below as well as in the iCard so you can see what I'm talking about. So this quickly ends a real short quick video based on your depressants. Smash the like if you liked it, comment below. Feel free to also let me know also for anyone that has maybe been in a situation that you've witnessed or you've been through a series of drug abuse, drug addiction or what have you, and if you're a sole survivor, what did you do to actually stay sober so that we can actually get to know each and one of your different stories and whatnot if you're brave enough to do so. So no further ado, guys, don't forget to follow me on my social medias, don't forget to also share these videos around, and also in saying this, as I said before, that now I've got an online store that is now available, and if you would like to see it, it will be in the description below. As saying this, if you want to see the online store of mine while you're down there, you know, in the description, that this month only you get 15% off your purchase if you're interested in buying something that represents me, of my branding on my channel, just to let you know, so that hopefully that in my next video I'll let you know what else is going on, because at this point in time, as you know, I've been working on some other future projects and everything else to get the ball rolling for you guys. And all for the do, guys, thanks for your support, for the ones that has been standing by me to make things happen. Without you guys, you know, this wouldn't become a reality of some of the things I have been planning for a long time and advocating to you guys, and hopefully I'm saying this in the future to keep continuing bringing up more videos, be it on mental health and autism for you guys. So I'll see you again soon, and have a good day.